on Kababayan Today. If you are just joining us, we are doing excerpt readings of the book Nazis and Nudists. Kasama natin si David Haldane. David is married to a Filipina whose name is Ivy. They now have a son, Isaac, and their episode that aired last year in June has garnered so many hits online. People are really talking about their story. So we want to continue our reading starting from page 168, an exclusive from his book that we invite you to grab a copy of. And it goes, I first got wind of it on Siargao Island, known for many wonderful things, including, as I have said, its awesome surfing, large mangrove forests, and gorgeous white sand beaches, all of which pales, however, in comparison to its prodigious production of the world's best coconut wine, known locally as Tuba.
Let me pause here for a deep breath and short discourse on this homebrewed cultural icon and with such powerful effects. The stuff comes from coconut trees, more specifically from premature fruit stalks accessed by fearless cocoa climbing specialists. Over the years, the sweet-tasting cocoa sap has become the center of a male bonding ritual in these parts. While men drink it loudly and publicly, women, if they indulge at all, typically do so in private. The drama is made all the more poignant by the fact that the elixir can be obtained only from its maker, not commercially, and turns to vinegar in days. This usually means that you go to the tree climber's kitchen where the stuff is stored in a vat, present your own container, perhaps a Pepsi bottle, and watch it filled with this nectar of the gods. The cost in Siargao is the equivalent of about $1 for 5 liters, which means that you can drink a whole lot. And if the sources are relative, you can usually get it for free, which means you can drink a whole lot more.
So when the father of my bride-to-be offered me a taste of his cousin's best tuba, well, it wasn't an invitation I could refuse. You love my daughter, he declared tearfully, throwing a hairy arm around me in one of the few English sentences I'd ever heard him utter. I love my daughter. Come, let us go. I just hoped that the adventure would turn out better than my encounter with his caribou.
Where we ended up was aboard a borrowed Pam boat for the 2-hour ride to Siargao, a neighboring island with its own sprightly coconut trees and ample share of sand. It was there around 10 a.m. at his persistent urging that I first tasted the creator's own sweet island drink. Let me just say that it certainly possesses some creative qualities, especially in what comes to the eyes. We're not talking double vision here. Think deep, impenetrable blackness pierced by occasional splashes of pink. The thing that impressed me most, though, was how quickly it sneaks up on you. 1 minute, you're sitting there nodding amiably with Dad, and the next, well, you're snoring deeply into the sand. Now, hours later, I've awakened on the beach, only vaguely aware of where or who I am.
Few of my new buddies can help. The only language we share, after all, is the word for a sweet, milky liquid prone to rapid decomposition, and I'm not about to say that one again. Eventually, my fiancé's dad guides me shakily back to the boat, and that's when the full precariousness of my situation becomes brutally clear. He cranks up the motor, starts out to sea, hands me the tiller, and promptly passes out on deck. Hey, I protest. But it's already too late. He groggily nearly ended in death. She seriously considered, oh, I'm sorry. I skipped the page. Hey, I protest, but it's already too late. He groggily waves an arm, the same one that had earlier crossed my shoulder in fatherly affection, pointing generally towards the north. And that's all the help I can get.
Anyone who's ever operated a Pam boat will tell you that it's no easy task, especially when you're doing it for the first time in the middle of a strange ocean, heading for an island you can't even see. Consisting of a narrow canoe-like hull with bamboo pontoons on each side, this primitive boat, completely devoid of instruments, runs mainly on its skipper's instincts.
And it's amazing how quickly those instincts kick in. Sitting in the middle of the Philippine Sea, I focused every bit of my tuba addled brain on keeping the sinking sun on my left as Dad mumbled unintelligible encouragement at my feet. If one were to draw an aerial map of our gradual course toward home that day, I'm sure it would feature lots of lazy, loopy swirls, perhaps enough to make the drawing saleable as a piece of modern art. Okay, we're going to stop here. When we return, we're going to finish the passage here on Kababayan Today. That's Nazis and Nudists by David Haldane.